Alright, my name's Houston. I'm back with another pickup. This time what I got was the Jordan 14 Last Shots. Picked these up and these are from Poshmark. And I paid $10 for these. And they're extremely beat. The suede is done on these, it's cooked. The leather's okay. This suede here is pretty much rubbed off. It's got some kind of mold on the back. I don't know what that is. It looks like mold or something. Looks like somebody tried to re-glue the soles on these because the shoe's not aligned right. I don't know if you can see it there, but it's not placed in there right. It's not lined up correctly. And here's a look at the front part of it. And like I said, it's not in there correctly. When you press this down, you can clearly see it's not where it should be. So here's a look at the tongue. It's pretty dirty. I really don't want to be touching these things. And this is from 2005. So this was the first retro of these, as the OGs were the 99s. This is the one that came out after that. So this one is they're pretty beat, like I said, but they're not as beat as I thought they were gonna be. I mean, for $10 I thought they were gonna be a lot worse. There's some heel drag there, some scuffs, of course. This always comes with scuffs. There's a little shank plate there. And here's the left shoe here. This one here is let's see if I can get this lined up. Get this tripod lined up on this one, because this shoe here was coming apart like the other one, but I went ahead and separated the top from the bottom so you can see it. I don't know what glue they used on this, but it's not the correct glue. It didn't bond at all. You can literally peel the peel the glue off of here. Here's the Zoom Air inside the outsole there. Yeah, it looks like they didn't even try to clean the old glue off. They just, so this is what happens when you don't prep your work. If you just add glue to the old factory glue, it'll do this, which is not gonna stick. It's just gonna come right off. You can see where they caked on the glue there. And it's already fallen off from the back. It wasn't washed or anything, it was just glue added, so that's what happens. It's not gonna stick. So I got a lot of work ahead of me. Yeah, everything's coming apart on this. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Like I said, I got a lot of work. First I'm gonna wash these 2 or 3 times and then let it dry for a couple days, and then well, yeah, let me go ahead and do that. I'm gonna go ahead and wash them and let them dry for a couple days, and then I'll come back when they're completely dry, and we'll see what work I need to do on them. So I'll see you in a minute. Alright, so here's where we're at now. Everything's been washed repeatedly, maybe 3 or 4 times. Even the insoles, they've been washed and disinfected. And I don't know if these are the original insoles or not. I never pulled them out, but they got padding in the forefoot and the heel. Yeah, it's got a lot more padding than what the insole does, but I don't know if this is the original one or not, because there's no Jumpman and there's no indication that it was there, so I don't know. But I'm gonna leave those in there because those are still in good shape. And with the shoes, I went ahead and well, this is what they'll look like when they're correctly lined up. But I went ahead and separated everything, because today what I'm gonna be doing is removing glue all day today. And you can see I started by taking out the Zoom Airs. I got them here. They've already been cleaned, so all I gotta do is remove the glue from this part and the bottom, and then glue them back in place before we start gluing, reattaching the top and bottom. And I don't know what kind of glue this is, but you can literally peel it off by hand. So I don't know what they use, but I'm gonna be removing that all day today. And I started doing some of the bottom, but it tore, the sole tore right there. So the back part's still good. There's no separation at all back there. So what I'm gonna do is finish taking the glue off of this and reattach the soles. So it's not gonna be a problem at all. They reattach pretty clean. Like I said, you won't even be able to tell it's torn, so that's a good thing on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and be doing that today, just removing glue most of the day. And then tomorrow, when I come back, we'll be doing the re-gluing. So just stay tuned. Here comes the next update now. Alright, so here's an update on where I'm at. I got most of the glue off. There's just little pieces that would not come off. And I've sanded it with the Dremel tool, and I used a ton of acetone cotton balls, and I got as much of it off as I could. I re-glued the Zoom AirPods in there. And re-glued the bottom, just the outsole. And here you can see on the top, I had to sand down all that old glue that was on the front of the shoes, because it was everywhere. So I had to end up sanding off most of it. So what I did is, after I sanded it down, I used a suede dye on it, and it used it on that. And then to finish it off, I used the suede renew. And I don't know if this stuff is discontinued now, because it's real hard to find it now. And I'm running low on it, so I need to find another, if not another bottle of this, because there's plenty of them that say dark brown, but this is the black one. And this stuff is good to spray over your suede. You just spray it on there like I did here. You let it dry, and then you go over it with a soft brush to bring back that softness, to gnat up the suede. But it's still wet right now, so I'm gonna let that dry for a couple hours, and then I'll go hit it with maybe a wire brush or something, and it'll bring back the softness in the suede. So that's what I'm doing so far. This one here, I just glued the Zoom AirPods back in, and I'm still going back. Well, I'm charging up my Dremel tool right now. I'm gonna go back and fix this little piece is missing off of this one, and then remove the rest of the glue on this one, and then do the front of this shoe the same as that one. So that's where I'm at right now. So I need to finish this up. The rest of the suede looks okay. I'm just gonna add baby oil to it to keep it soft, and I'll do that to the front too once it dries. And I already got the replacement shoelaces. Need to do the tongue there, a little bit of work on it. And that's pretty much gonna finish this part of it. So the next part will be gluing the top and bottom soles together. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up and get started on that. Alright, so here's the update I'm at now. I went ahead and painted the little shank plates here. It's made out of plastic, and what I wanted to say about this is, what I did is I used some sandpaper and sanded down all the scratches that were here, because it was all white here. And the paint that I used is made for plastic and rubber. It's mainly used for like model cars and stuff, but I remember using this paint a long time ago when I liked the way it came out on plastic. And it's this here. The one I got is the metallic red with the little metal flakes in it. You can see it on the cap here. And here's a look at the front of it, the label. You can see it. And this glue, this paint is a little expensive. I paid like $11 for this little bottle. And you can see it's a tiny little bottle. It's say about 3-4 inches, maybe 5. It's a little bottle, but you don't need that much paint. And this is what it looks like when you spray it on there. It looks like it's still wet, but it's not. You can see it's dry. But it'll look good on your shoes when you use it on stuff like this. Because I got this one in pieces. You can see here's the midsole here. I got most of the glue off of it, so I went ahead and tore the whole shoe down, deconstructed the whole thing. There's the midsole there. Here goes the outsole. I think I'm gonna have to work on this one a little bit more. And I just finished the other shoe. I'm putting the other shoe back together. It's right there. So that one's coming along pretty good. So this one, I'm gonna have to finish off this glue here. Use a Dremel tool, more acetone if I have to get. You got to get everything off of here, or it won't stick together. When you try to re-glue it, it'll start coming apart. So you got to get every little piece of this glue off of here. So that's what's going to be done with these. There's the top part. I got everything off of this one. So what I'm going to do now is just go ahead and stick everything like this. And check for pieces of dried up glue. Like this is going to have to be taken off with a Dremel tool, everything up here. And this one's done. I did this 2 or 3 times to get everything off of here. And it is going to take a long time to remove every little piece of glue you can find, because it doesn't always come off all the time. So you got to do it multiple times to get it all off. And here's the other one here. And everything was done to this one. All the glue was removed. And what I'm going to do is just started re-gluing this. I glued the shank plate to the midsole, and then the outsole to the midsole. And then I started from the front. What I'm going to do is glue the front part to line everything up. And then I'm going to glue the back part to line everything up. And leave the sides open, so when the front and back are dried, it's going to have a gap here. And then you just fold this part up and glue all inside of there, and then heat it up a little bit to get the glue nice and tacky. And then you can just press everything together from the sides, and everything will be lined up perfectly. Because what I would do is, like, I would just put the glue here and then glue on the top and then press it down, but I would always get misaligned along the sides here, or on this side it wouldn't be lined up correctly. So I think if I do the front first and then the back and leave the sides alone, I can align it up perfectly. So I've never done this before, so I'm gonna try it. But this is what it looks like when it's fully painted on there. See how it looks like a metallic red now? It looks a lot better than that faded white color it was. It looks pretty good. You can see it's all around the bottom. Can't even see those scratches anymore. And on this one, I repaired the worn out sole right there. Right here, this doesn't have a hole anymore. So I'm gonna go ahead and let these dry. Maybe a couple hours more to let that dry, and then I'll take it off and start on the back. And I need to go ahead and get the glue off of this one. And the painting's done. I just need to glue this to this, and then this to that, and then both on that one. So I guess I can go ahead and finish it off, and I'll be back with the finished product. So I'll see you in a minute. Alright, we're back with the finished product. So here's how they turned out. And I finished them just in time because I just ran out of glue. It was already going bad. Like, it was like kind of like Play-Doh already. It wasn't a liquid form anymore. It was getting rubberized, so pretty much out of glue now. So luckily I finished these up, and you can see how they turned out. Look at the bottom. All them major scratches that were white were gone, thanks to that paint that I showed you. Here's the back where I fixed the heel drag. And everything is glued back together. But like I said, the suede is done on these. It's balding, and there's no fix for that. Well, not one that I know of. So if I ever figure out a fix for that, I'll probably do these over. I don't know, maybe I'll get a piece of suede and deconstruct these and, you know, cut the shape out and redo it. But I doubt it on this pair, because this pair is pretty beat. They're not, condition's not that good on them. So I don't know, I'll see what happens. Like I said, I just picked these up for $10, and it was just a quick restoration project to see if I can do it. And it came out okay. No real complaints from me. I just use these as everyday beaters or something, because I didn't actually own a pair of these, so this is my first pair of the authentic Last Shots. I did have a pair of reps a long time ago, and they were pretty low quality. This was like a rubbery material. It wasn't nowhere near the quality of this one, of the hard plastic. And that's pretty much gonna wrap it up. Like I said, I just picked these up for $10 just to have something to do. And I'll keep an eye out on what other deals are out there. If I find more beaters to fix up or work on them or do anything like that. So I'll catch you on the next project.